You guys know the drill. Another day, another mock draft, another cup of Joe. So today we're doing a mock draft, a 7-round mock draft for this. Chicago Bears. I was going to say Cincinnati Bengals. I meant the Chicago Bears. Excuse me. Wow, need to wake up. That's what the cup of Joe is for. So here we go. 7-round mock draft. First one for the Bears this year. And once again, when we do our first round for each respective team, no trading. We just like to see how the board does fall. 7 rounds. Use your specific defaults. Yabba, good to go. All right. I don't care for public versus PFF. High position, care for position value, and high draft need. Oh, come on. Draft for needs. High because, teams need to be realistic. No randomness. Speaking of realistic, we want it to be as realistic as possible. Enter draft. Okay. Priority numero uno, I feel like, in this particular draft scenario is going to be probably get well, I don't know, because they got a new GM. I'm mad that Pace went, but Justin Fields, I think it's getting Justin Fields some help. I don't know. All right, we're gonna start the draft here. They do not have a first round pick, which isn't great, but it is just one of those things where you deal with it. So without trading, without looking at that, we're forced to kind of look at now, okay, you go all the way into the second round at 39, then you got a third at 71. Cup of hot Joe there. And once again, no trading, just sticking here and seeing what we need. So right away in the second round, you find yourself in a position where Sky Moore is there. I really am interested to see what they're going to do in the wide receiver department here, because there is some really good wide receivers still on the board here. There's a lot that we will outline a little bit later on. But, let's see what we got here. So on the board right now, there's a lot going on here. Trey McBride's there. Troy Anderson, wide receiver. The logical pick here, Sky Moore he's been on all the mock drafts. He has been. But if this is the hand we're dealt, and this might be realistic, it might not. We'll see when we get there. But for now, we're treating this as if it's a scenario where this is the hand we're dealt. We're going to stick here. We're going to pick here. My question is, who do they have at corner? Because pretty much, there was a ton of corners that had a really good 40 time that were amazing. There was quite a bit. And I'm blanking. McCreary was all right. Jojo Domain, whatever. Tariq Woolen was a stud. Cam Britt, you love it. Cody Bryant. I'm actually Kobe Bryant, all love and respect up for Kobe. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I think you get still some quality talent at corner down at. If you get Kyler Gordon or Roger McCreary there, man, you love that. You absolutely love that. So I think in this particular spot, we got to go. But O-line though, if they don't sign James Daniels or McDaniels or whatever his name is, I can't think today. I don't know. Is it James Daniels? Whatever. Point is this. Darian Kennard, he had a pretty good combine. I was pleased by his performance. Get back on track, Colton. Boom. Sky Moore, wide receiver. I like Sky Moore. I think he's probably he should be in line as a first round draft pick for this draft. But there's a lot of good wide receivers. The question to me is Jameson Williams, not running the 40. I don't think it matters because that man is just a stud. So my ideal pick for the Bears would be Jameson Williams, but it is what it is at this point. Okay, so you're here. Carson Strong's there. Okay, all right. The Vikings will probably pick him up. So you need O-line and corner. And the corners went quick, didn't they? Whew. Okay, Jojo Demands there. Man, oh man. Cordell Flot's there. For this particular all intents and purposes, listen, I know that you have needs specifically on O-line and corner, and I get it. My question is all the way down to 144, though, because at 144, I don't know if Dylan Parham's going to be there. Kellen Dyche, I don't know if he's going to be there. Tyler Smith, I think... Was it Tyler Smith that ran a pretty good 40? Doesn't matter. Max Mitchell's there. I really don't know. That's the question, though, is, Luke Fortner, is he going to be there? I don't know. I really don't. You got Marquise Hayes here. He would be a stud. I think he plays, what does he play? Is he more on the left side or right side? I can't remember off the top of my head. I feel like Marquise Hayes would be a really good get here. Listen, I know you're in the third round, 74 overall. Listen, Marquise Hayes, he is everything you want in a guard. I think he exemplifies exactly what the Bears want to do here. They want to be mean up front. And, man, I've had a draft crush on Marquise Hayes for a while. Yeah, I think you go Hayes here, and you don't even think twice about it, because these are all just, I just really think he is just going to be a solid player for him in the middle there. And, you get a starting guard, you get a guy that's not going to be pushed around, that's going to be able to hold his ground for Justin Fields. And you already got a good wide receiver in the draft too, so you got two major needs out of the way. Now, corner obviously was a big need. I think we covered that in our top 5 draft needs. But as we wait for, is this the 4th round already? Man, we're going to get a cup of Joe. Now, as we wait here, question to me is, okay, Cade Otton, Cole Strange. Cole Strange, I love him too. I would love it to see if the Bears could somehow get, maybe back into the 4th round, get Cole Strange too. Ooh, man, that would be scary. That would be really scary. So now we head to the 5th round here. There's actually a lot of good talent in this draft. So Luke Fortner's there. I've been doing this for all the mock drafts, but I don't care. I've got a huge draft crush on Luke Fortner at center. Listen, Fortner can play. I believe he can play guard and play all those other positions as well, because you've also in a position where you can get Cordell Flott. Man, you love this. You absolutely love this. Not really, other than Flott, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of corners that I would take, though. I was upset to see Tariq Castro Fields go. I have a little bit of a crush on him as well. Draft crush, that is. Let's go see. It's just, you got to see what's on the board. You got to see what's on the board. Oh, Velus Jones Jr., he's a stud. I mean, I would take Velus Jones Jr. at 185 if he's there. Let's see here. I'm not really loving the corner depth here. So, again, this is only the first mock draft we have. And I would really like to see them possibly trade back up into the second. I don't know what they're going to have to do to make that happen. Maybe even trade up into the first. I don't know, but man, they're already in the second. Trade up in the first is what I meant. So getting Cordell Flott here that's a good value. I really think so. In the 5th round, you address a specific need. You also get, like I said, you've already got your wide receiver that you want. You also got Luke Fortner there that can play. He's not just a center. People need to quit saying that. He's also, I think he could play in guard. I think he could be a really effective interior offensive lineman for a lot of teams. Excuse me. Everybody's having Hunter go to the Vikings. I don't know why they're having a Jeffrey Hunter. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a stud. Don't get me wrong. Who are the Vikings drafting the first? I'm sorry, I got to ask that question. Trent McDuffie. Okay, all right, fine. Second, Bodie Mafia. Fine, whatever. Okay, back to the topic at hand here. I apologize. So you're at 185 here. Velus Jones Jr. just went to the. All right, fine. Pierre Strong Jr. He's going to be a stud in the NFL. He really is. Who's the best player available? Zach Tom's there. Yusuf Corker. Okay. Luke Wattenberg. Listen, you got your corner. I actually feel, honestly, if we're being honest with ourselves, the Bears might go get corner help in free agency. I doubt it, but we'll see. J.C. Jackson would look really good in a Bears uniform. Just saying. Let's see. Yeah, I think you guys are going to hate me for this. I'm tripling down an offensive line. I'm going Luke Wattenberg here. I really like what I've seen from him. Again, another guy that's put down at center, but we've seen those guys that are placed as centers that can play a whole lot of different positions. So, listen, I think the value here is getting guys that can play that interior offensive line that can do a lot for your offensive line, because let's call a real here. The biggest issue for me with the Bears really was the offensive line. I'm not in love with a whole lot of it. I'm really not. So don't get Tevin Jenkins, though. If he can get his head on straight, if he can under this new coaching staff and everybody, man, he could be a stud. He could be a really good football player and be that franchise left tackle for a long time. He's got everything you want. I think you need to just sit him down. I think working on some of that stuff is key, but. Man, I think he could be a really good player moving forward. So I think that's it pretty soon here. Oh, come on. Oh, my draft game. Someday we'll get it done. There we go. Okay. So as it shows here, you get Sky Moore in the second round here. Again, I would like to see him trade up in the first, but we'll see what happens. But getting Sky Moore B+, that's an A. If he drops to you at 39, that's an A in my mind. Marquise Hayes a C. Are you nuts? No, he's arguably one of the best guards in the draft. He really is. I think he's going to be a really good football player. Luke Fortner and Cordell Flott there. Listen, Luke Fortner is not just a center. He can play guard as well. I love the pick there. Flott, I think you get the best available corner available. They don't have a ton of draft ammo right now, but I still think Flott would be the best get, especially there in the 5th round. And then Luke Wattenberg, again, I just think getting those kind of guys that have played center, that can play on the inside and do a lot of different things for you, I think that's where a lot of this value is up. But only 5 picks, but I do think you will see the Bears potentially trade down. But this was our very first Chicago Bears mock draft. I think there's a lot to go off of here and a lot of things to like. But overall, I'm really excited for where this franchise could potentially go because there's a lot of good things going for it. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. I would greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So make sure you guys give us a like and a follow. There also in the description, you'll find our link to our iTunes. Give us a listen and sub there. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below and we would love to cover it. But overall, let us know what you think of our very first go around of our Chicago Bears 7-round mock draft.